Remember when we made the video about Asus Noctua RTX 3070? One of the things I said is I wish they made the same design on like a higher end graphics card. Well, I've got good news for you. Noctua and Asus RTX 3080. Let's check it out.
This video has been brought to you by FJuice and their SL40 podcast microphone. The SL40 has versatile use cases. You can connect it via USB-C, XLR, and it also has a 3.5mm headphone jack in the back of the microphone for direct monitoring like this one over here. The volume, mic gain, and mute can be easily adjusted through the buttons on the microphone on the go when connected through the USB-C. It comes with an XLR and USB-C cables and adjustable bracket to fix to your stand. If you like how it sounds, go check it out in the video description below.
Check this owl out. So, here it is. This is the beasts of a graphics card. I was going to do an unboxing of this as well, but the box got so smashed during the shipping. So the only cool thing kind of inside is that Noctua and Asus always comes with like these graphics cards. They've got an interesting pun. So basically, if you buy Asus graphics cards, what you get inside there is this Asus Noctua graphics card over there. This has got 6 stars, so I guess that's pretty good. But why is this such a big deal, you might be asking? I think if you are a creator, this is amazing news for you, just because this is such a low noise graphics card. Most likely, I think most people will use one graphics card in your system because it is absolutely massive. Now, if you don't know how big this is an RTX 3090 over here, and this looks like a tiny little thing compared to this RTX 3080. As you can see over here, it's much bigger, it's thicker. But the main thing about this graphics card, basically, that makes this so good are these two fans over here. These are the Noctua NF A12X25 fans. They do have like black versions as well, which I have over here, and I do wish they made this a black version as well. I'm sure you would agree, and let me know in the comment section below if you would like Asus and Noctua make like the Chromax version of this, because that would be just like a game changer in the graphics card field, because it would just be so good. But if you're not familiar with these fans, these are like one of the best fans you can get for your PC. They just work so quietly and then cool down your system so well. So basically, this is the only graphics card apart from the 3070 as well. By the way, if you do want to pick up the 3070, it's like in stock in shops now. I'm gonna leave the links in the description below for the 3070 as well, where you can pick this up. But I saw it even on stock on Amazon for a very good price as well, so check out the links in the description below. I'll try to leave this 1380 as well. These Noctua Asus cards are the only cards that have 120mm fans on the actual GPU. That's why it is so big. So I'm super excited about this, and I think this is, for creators, one of the best graphics cards you could get for like best bang for buck kind of 3080 range, because it's so cool, so quiet, and I don't know, it's just so good. Okay, let's have a look at a little bit around the graphics card here. So then on the front side, Asus X Noctua, this is a little rubber material over here. You have GeForce RTX underneath. You have 2 8-pin PCIe power connectors over there. There is a BIOS switch over here as well. There's a P mode and Q mode, so basically performance and quiet mode, where you can flick those. I would just leave it at performance mode, because honestly, even in performance mode, you're not going to hear the fans. They're completely quiet. So that's like kind of this side of things. On the right side of the graphics card, we have 2 screw holes. So basically, if you want to like 3D print like a GPU Sag bracket or something like that, you could screw it in here and then somehow to your case. So here's that. Underneath there, you can see the rubber bands and actually those fans. And these fans aren't cheap. These are like $30 a pop. So just the fans on their own will cost $60. So when you buy this and you see, oh, this is a little bit of more expensive, you know, GPU, these fans are expensive as well. So that's why they're there. Back side of the GPU, we can see that the panel kind of this color here. I'm not sure if you can see this on the actual camera, but it's kind of like a brownish, purplish color. To kind of reflect everything else. I wish this was all just black, you know, just black. That would be awesome. But there is a little bit of a blow through on the graphics card as well, so it will blow a little bit through these fans, which is very good. On the bottom side, obviously we have the PCIe slot, and you can still see those fans the edges of the fans over there that will blow down and then out. So Asus has actually worked with Noctua to design the cooler inside here as well, to make it extra cool and so on. I'm super excited to see and test out the actual thermal performance in a moment. You can see that the fan headers there are plugged on the side there. This is not a normal fan header, but this is more like a connector that goes on the side there, and then on the side inside there's a little PCB underneath this Asus logo there, and then underneath there's two normal PWM connectors there. In terms of the I/O of this, we have two HDMI ports and then 3 display ports. It's an absolutely massive graphics card, and some people say, whoa, it's too big and we don't need that big. I've got no issues with this graphics card being big. Like, yes, I understand that it might not fit in some of the cases, but most of the, you know, people will use cases that would fit the case nicely. Mostly, you know, you have a case that just feels unfilled with the GPU, but this will fill the case really nicely. So this is the Z690 Pro Art build here. Let me just slot this in there. So in terms of the sag of the GPU, there is a little bit over here. What we'll do is we'll use this sag bracket that I have over here, just a little support on the corner there, and then now we have no sag of the GPU. So let's turn this guy on. Okay, there we go. So it's all plugged in over here. We have RTX 3080. We have 10 gigabytes of RAM on there. By the way, this is the 10 gigabyte version, not the 12 gigabyte or the 3080 Ti. So it could have been 12 gigabyte, but honestly, I'm happy with this as well. It's LHR, so light hash rate as well, which for creators, you don't really need to worry about, but it would have been nicer to see the 12 gigabyte version of this GPU, but it is a 10 gigabyte, but still really good. Okay, so we have this going on over there. I'm actually recording the OBS in the background here as well, so that's why we're getting a little bit of performance hit here, but never mind that. At the moment, I'm pulling 33 watts from the GPU, and it's 31 degrees. So let's have a look at a little bit of a stress test, and let's see like the kind of noise of the GPU. So stress test, 340 watts pulled from the socket, and at the moment 51C, 52C, 57, 2.7C. Let's see how high is it gonna climb. Okay, so it's gone for a little bit now. What is it? A few minutes, 2 minutes. You can see that it kind of peaked at 61C, and then maybe the fans kicked in or something like that, and now it's just sitting at 59C and pulling 340 watts from the socket, or like it pushes through 340 watts. Do you know how good this is? This is absolutely amazing performance. In terms of the GPU cooling performance, it's just so good. Do you know what I want to do is I want to know if we increase the power limit. Now, I know creators, you don't really do that, and I don't recommend creators to do that, but just because we can try it to push a little bit further, what we're going to do is MSI Afterburner. Let's try to set the power limit to 110%. Okay, so now it should be pulling about 10% more than from stock. Let's see if this is true. So we're gonna go GPU stress test. Let's see how much we're pulling now. 355 watts from the socket. Okay, so you can kind of a little bit of an OC off the GPU here at the moment. So we're pushing extra, what is it, 15 watts through here at the moment. And check this out. The GPU temperature rose maybe 1 degree. This is crazy. I can't hear the fans. I can hear those Phanteks T30 fans. Yeah, they make noise, but the Noctua fans, I think I can hear them now. Yeah, I think they're on now. This is ridiculous. I'm speechless. Like at the moment, we're pushing through more than the RTX 3090 in terms of wattage. The GPU temperature is 60.4 C. So if I'm looking at like the RTX 3090 TUF that I have over here that I've tested, then the actual GPU temperature was 64 degrees. At the moment, we are 60.1, so we're 4 degrees lower. We're pushing 5 watts more through the socket than this one, the RTX 3090 TUF. The hotspot temperature is actually higher on this 3090 as well, and our ambient temperature is much higher at the moment as well. So there is quite a big difference between the 3090 and compared to this 3080 of Asus just cooler. That just shows how good the Noctua Asus combo cooler is, that roughly between 5 to 10 degrees lower while also being completely silent. Like, the only thing I can hear is kind of like a high pitch noise, which is like the power going through. It's not quite the coil whine, because the coil whine is a little bit different. There's just like a power little whine over there. So now when we've reset the actual power limit, we're going down in temperature about 1 degrees now lower. If we increase the power, we're gonna go to about 1605 megahertz there, 1600 megahertz in terms of the GPU clock speeds. If we reset it, going down, we're 1575. So we're not gonna get that much more performance, but it's just interesting to know that even when you push the power, usually you push that much power through, it's gonna go boom, quite a few degrees more higher. And here it's only 1. So here's the conclusion. If you are a creator and you want a GPU that's very powerful, very quiet, and can sustain the actual GPU performance for a very long time because of the cooling, then there is nothing like this Asus Noctua RTX 3080. There is 3070 as well, which is a little bit of lower, graphics power, but runs much cooler as well, because basically the same cooler, but much less power through, which means much lower temperatures there. But then this over here, to me, is like a high-end graphics card that you want to use for as a creator. Just because of the cooling, you can just hammer it, and it's gonna just keep it so cool, and you don't need to worry about the noise in the system. The only thing kind of is that when you get this, you're not gonna run 2 GPUs in your system. If you want just 1 GPU in your system, that's gonna be the one. Especially if you're doing 3D rendering, this will be very amazing for you, or even video editing, especially in DaVinci Resolve as well, because it has a little bit more VRAM than RTX 3070 Ti. The 2 gigabytes more can actually make quite a big of a difference in DaVinci Resolve. Now, I have actually already benchmarked this GPU in the system, and this was the last card to complete my RTX 30 series all lineup, which I'm going to be now putting together that test and then posting this very soon of all of the benchmarks, so you can see which graphics card is better in all of the different creative applications. So if you want to see that, hit like and subscribe to the channel so you're not going to miss that video. I'm super excited about this graphics card, and all I want to say is thanks Asus and Noctua for making this collaboration happen. It's just so good. The only thing, if I really want to, say something, is please, Chromax black version of this, and that will be the perfect card. Let's hope that now when the 40 series comes out, Asus is gonna work with Noctua as well, and gonna make 4090s and the higher end cards and more versions of this, because people would buy it. I mean, let me know in the comment section below if you would buy this graphics card but Chromax black. Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Bye bye guys.